Okay, and we are back with our final segment for Youth Beat this evening. And in our studio, we have a young man that I myself have grown to admire over the years. I remember working with him, in a corporate setting. We used to work for the same place, but now he has made a big step, and this is a very big step, and he has ventured out into entrepreneurship, and he's now doing his own thing and making his own impact and his own mark in St. Kitts and Nevis, at least from a business perspective. And I also think in terms of culture and creative influencer, he is one of those who I think will be making waves 2016 and beyond. And his name is Talbot Clark. At least that's what I know him as. Some of you might know him as ITYC. And he is the proud owner of the merch shop, which is located right down there on Princess Street, currently upstairs of Digicel. So welcome to the studios of Freedom FM and Youth Beat.
Yes, good night to everybody out there in Radio Land. Good night to yourself, Marquis. So thank you for having me.
All right, perfect. I think I might have let the whole cat out the bag with the introduction, but we'll go into it some more still. One of the things, the big thing right now is the merch shop. From an influential standpoint, every time I buzz on social media, everywhere I turn, I see pictures in the merch. I'm like, where's this place? I know I could recall vividly, coming and seeing you selling this stuff, but then I'm saying, no, this is more than just a place selling clothes. So tell me, tell the entire radio listeners, what is the merch shop all about?
Well, the merch shop, as the name says, merch, that came from merchandise. Mm-hmm. So that's how we got the name. We basically sell primarily St. Kitts and Nevis origin streetwear, t-shirt, hats, pins, you name it. The merch shop started in September 2015.
So 4 months going strong?
Yeah. Those 4 months have taught us a lot of things. Mm-hmm. We've seen a lot of good things happen, and 2016 is looking bright. The merch shop, I would say, we not only just sell clothes, as some would call it, the hub, because a lot of St. Kitts and Nevis artists and musicians, they tend to come to the merch shop to relax and talk about different issues they may have. Also other influential people, promoters, other businessmen, they come to at times, chill, have a drink, and talk.
I've seen that, and I think that's where I said that I think the merch shop is becoming something of cultural and business influence because of some of the faces I've seen in and out of the merch shop. These are some of the people we still support and we are behind. So if they support the merch shop and we support them, then, inadvertently we supporting the merch shop too.
That's a good point like that.
All right. So tell me, of some, you said you have local merchandise. I've seen some cool shirts, like graphics pepper them. And this pepper them shirt I've seen long before Smarlax win mode match. And I've seen that sometime last year. And I think it's something originated out of the bear. Okay, and I assume that is something that you collect inspiration over the period, and you try to make the unique identity and mark. So tell me, is this something that you yourself came up with? It is a group of people? Is this all you, your inspiration, your ideas, everything?
Well, firstly, the merch shop is not owned by myself. I have a partner as well.
Okay.
Most of the creative aspect of the merch shop comes from me. Mm-hmm. It also comes from my partner. Also comes from other guys who usually comes around. Yeah. You made mention of the pepper them. That really came from my ex-co-worker and classmate, Mr. Keno Allen.
Oh wow!
The bus driver. He's originally from Dieppe.
Yes.
Yeah, and he knowing me being a designer, he hit me up and said he want the pepper them and tell me how we want it, and I put it together, and that It's big in there, but if you don't know, it's actually a slang for when people drinking. They say pepper them, pepper the beer them. Yeah, and Mr. Wolf of Swarlax, he actually picked up that and
Right.
ran with it, and that became our road match this year. So that's how that stemmed from.
And you see the influence, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and there's a T-shirt actually that caught his attention.
Tension.
Yeah.
That's the influence I was talking
Yeah,
about.
that's how that came about. But the whole creative side, we try to dwell on whether it's a slang, whether it's a monument. Once you think it's origin, yeah, we try to get creative with it.
Okay, so let's just pause for a moment because you said monument. One of the first merch shop creations, when I started seeing the brand being pushed, it was for the not Brimstone Hill, pardon, the Old World Bridge.
Yeah.
The Old World Bridge, you use your design expertise, and you created something that was very symbolic. If you watch it head on, it was like, what's that? And then you realize, okay, it's the structure of the bridge coming over, and it has the big OR on it. So people could totally tell it's, that's what it symbolizes.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, was this also your idea?
Yeah.
Why the Old Road Bridge?
Well, let me put it this way. My father, who is Sticker Senior, that Sticker met the rhythm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Old Road. Well, the idea was first brought to me by a cousin of mine, Mr. 869, who have the car wash. And he was like, man, do something for Old Road, do something. And he pitched a few things, but it never happened at the time, and months went. A lot of months. And then I decided, you know what? I want to drop something for Old Road. And I look at things in Old Road, like what could be used. And the bridge was very symbolic because it's two bridges in Old Road. If you come to Old Road, you must see those bridges.
Must see the bridge, yeah.
Hardly any other community have those kind of bridge. So that is what was used and put the design together.
Let me pick your thoughts now. Of course, we could get a little controversial here. I remember around the election campaign, there was some painting of the bridge, though. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think they totally defaced the bridge? You think that was disrespectful for the original stonework? Tell me what were your thoughts on that?
I think that was disrespectful. I'm not a fan of politics, but
First thing first,
yeah,
right?
But I do listen both sides and their argument. But the bridge, whoever the painters were, I think it was politically driven. I think it was wrong. It's nice to see that they painted back. I think it is now. And then he's sure it was a mutual color. But they painted back to how it was. But that was a disrespect.
Right. But the original stonework was, similar to what you'd see. It's bricks, like similar to what you see at Brimstone Hill with the wood stick, the whole wood stick look going on.
Yeah.
So, but I'm hoping that they get it, back to its original state. It might take some years of, getting however they're going to remove the paint. But I believe certain things should stay the way it is. It's history.
Yeah.
It's history. It's history. And with that said, have you realized that some of these things are your shirts? They would soon, in the future, potentially build a legacy for you, for those around you.
Well, yes. Like my partner do always say, the work that we're putting in now, it might not get recognized, but in years to come, like youths might look back. Maybe the youths who 1, 2, 3, yeah. I might look back and be like, yo, somebody had this T-shirt that look hot, because it takes time for things to build. Yeah, no great team or player just pop up like that. It takes a little time, so you never know.
Right.
You never know.
Okay, let's start business. From a business perspective, do you see the merch shop as something that, well, when you first started off with the merch shop, was there that fear in the back of your head? Because, I think it's one in every two small business that start up fail because of whatever reasons. There are a lot of contributing factors. Good ideas, some people have really good ideas, but for one reason or the other, the business fails. So is that ever in the back of your mind, embarking on something like this?
No, no. To be honest, the name said, the merch shop. Um, we were selling merch. I myself was selling merch before I left corporate. To be honest, so I know that the idea could have worked. You just have to be consistent with it, and it's a formula now. Like we literally have it structured down to a formula. To a formula. So that formula have been tested. I tested. My partners tested even before I myself left carpet, and they said, "Yo, let's open the shop. Let's go hard on this." So the fear, no, right now, I don't really fear anything. The fear will have to be being able to wake up and going in the boat shop at Barney's.
That's all.
That way we have to be the fear, because it don't go on you. Like you're in it. You can't really like look back and worry too much. Most you do is pray and ask God for guidance and lead you and show you the way.
Right. And with that, I know, as we're saying this, guidance. Before the merch shop, there was ITYC, and you yourself was making waves within the music industry, singing and Nevis, and you did your part and contributed. Is this something that you totally turned your back on now?
No.
Tell us.
No. As far as music goes, for some years now, I haven't put out any music. Yeah, but I'd be in the studio. I'd be with some of the guys who here putting out the biggest hits. I'd just be there when them same hits record. Some of them I used to have just give advice to.
Right.
What's not. Yeah, so the music, I was born into music. My father is an original member of Small Axe. That's like being Ziggy Marley and your father is Bob Marley. You're born with that in your DNA. So you're never going to leave it, even if... And it's funny you said that because, okay, I stopped playing music, but I could tell a lot of artists, I give them a lot of advice and a lot of things where to do, which would cause them, maybe if not to blow, to be lucrative.
At least.
Yeah, at least, because that's something you need. Like even today, being in the shop, I was talking to Doug about a new project he have. So it's always constant talk. It's always constant. As I said, some of the biggest guys are here. It's around. I'll be around them.
Right.
I'll be in studio.
I tell you, cultural influencer, I saw you raise your eyebrow when I mentioned just that, but you have to realize the influence you have on people. Even from the smallest stages and back scene behind the stage.
I want to say it's influence. It's just something like, as being an artist, right? Coming from the artist background, you want to see other artists win. You want, like, you see in the doors, and okay, I want 10 guys to kick in the door. I want 10 guys to fit in. Yeah, like that. That's right now how my mind be thinking.
Right.
It's not just like, okay, I want to be the biggest, because I could do that. I got the power to do that. Sticker might be my brother. He's a producer. He got other hard producer to be around.
True.
We have a little studio set up, so we have the infrastructure to do. The infrastructure is around me to do certain things, but when you look at it, it ain't just about you. It's a bigger picture.
Bigger picture.
Yeah, bigger picture.
And you're painting, man.
Well, I'm trying to do my part.
All right. And with that said, anybody on your team you want to shout out? I know a lot of these times in business, sometimes we see one person face around it, but there are a lot of people really contributing and supporting. So anyone you feel like you need to most definitely shout out.
Anyone directly. Well, I always say shout out to the guys who always be around. Dagger, Marshall C. Them those guys there on the team. Big up Dejour. He'll be there. Even big up to Nature. He been around the mode shop and before he start. I always say big up the whole Young Money family. That extended family as well. Who else? I big up to Romeo Paris. Yeah, he just give us a lot of advice when it comes to business. And other people, big up to Marlene, give a big up to Mr. Monarch, big up Azim, Bailey. The list go on. It's so much people.
It's a big support system around.
There's a lot of people.
And that's the only how you could
things.
prosper when you have that support coming. So congratulations to you and your venture. I hope to see more things coming from you in the future.
Yeah, well, soon.
Anything you want to share? Anything you want to bust right here on YouTube?
No, we want to let the cat out of the bag. But the merch shop will be rolling out a new service very soon, maybe in the next month or so.
Okay.
We don't want to put it out there yet. And definitely, as well, more products is going to be coming, not just from myself, not just from the shop, but other young designers who do the thing, because that's what the merch shop is about. We also house other young designers, give them that platform.
So you not only sell your own designs, you sell other young designers. Yeah. Perfect. I like that.
Other young MBS, Principles by S-Buck and Sunny Pine. You know, like I from Sunny Pine, S-Buck being from Sunny Pine. I see him do his thing. I am running a competition.
Right.
I tell him, yo, bring the merch, put it down at the roof. He bring the merch, next thing you know, he on people show, next thing you know, he getting cars.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so it just helping, it's just doing your part to help other people, because, you know, they won't get their foot in any other store like that.
Very true.
Yeah, they're first in the store owners are going to be like, oh, that could be dead stock, that could be this. Yeah, so the time's changing.
And young people making their own, where there's no way we're making our own way.
Yeah.
We're busting down the door.
That's how it is.
All right. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight on Youth Beat. As everyone knows, Youth Beat is a program directed to ensuring that we get out the positive works of young people in St. Kitts and Nevis. And this is to another great contribution from a young entrepreneur, Mr. Talbot Clark. And he is the owner of Merch Shop, located right there on Princess Street. I think, yes.
One of the owners.
One of the owners, yes. Other young people around you, though,
yeah,
right? Your partners are other young persons. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any social media outlets anybody could just follow you so they could really keep up to date with what's going on?
Yeah, you could search The Merch Shop. That's MERSH, Merch Shop. And Facebook, you can follow. We don't have an Instagram, but I usually post what we have on Instagram, so you can follow me at ITYC 360. And you will just see what's going on. You could go on YouTube, and you could actually look up our little interview series that we have going on, which is called Live from the Merch Shop. You could subscribe and see the cool interviews with different people in St. Kitts, as well as I want the product in the back. You never know. Well, you might just say and like. So.
And like, ha.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Oh, so you think you're slick?
No matter I think we're slick. That's we set.
That's
people actually came in the shop and be like, I like this set. I like how it is. Yeah, so.
No, man, that's creative marketing. That's creative marketing.
If people say that, you yourself taking stock, I would like exactly what you're doing, you know?
Right.
We could put up anything. We could put up a big flag.
That's true.
We could put up somebody party poster.
But it's a merch shop, so we're going to be showing off the merch.
We show different thing.
All right. So with that, I'm going to thank you for joining us. And you're always welcome back. You say you have something new to launch within the next month. So I guess I could invite you back when you're ready to lay out the big news. If you need to promote that, this is your opportunity and this is your avenue. And let me tell you, Freedom FM, we have a big following globally. So this is your avenue to at least get out the word on whatever you think you'll need to promote in future and whatever is new for the Merch Shop.
We will be coming to Freedom FM.
All right.
To talk to the boss.
Perfect. Who we referring to as the boss? Rich over there?
Well, the big jet.
The big jet. Oh, he's listening, He's listening.
We will be coming to the big jet.
All right.
To talk about it.
Okay, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was our third and final guest this evening. As I said, I was not feeling too well, but I said let me come through still because before the pepper them hold me down, I still had to come through and at least get some of our interesting guests get their word out tonight. And this is January. What's this now? 20. This is 20 days into the new year, and we're gonna try to just bring more exciting guests your way for Youth Beats. So I want you to stay tuned every week, Wednesday, 7:30, same time, same place. My co-host is out, Ewell, so we're just gonna wish Ewell well until he gets back on his feet. He is done with the pepper them, but this flu really going around and going around strong. But we're gonna wish him well. I think he should be back out next week, hopefully. So we're gonna wish him well, and until then, I'm gonna ask you to have a good night, drive safely on the road. Some of these accidents out, you just have to be a little bit more cautious and vigilant on the road. All the bus drivers out there, take your time. The passengers not going anywhere. And with that, I'm gonna sign off of Youth Beat. Shout out to some of my sponsors before I leave. And I'm gonna ask you to have a good evening. My name is Mackie O'Loughlin, and I'm your host tonight for Freedom FM's Youth Beat.